Alice in Wonderland in the midst of imagining a conversation the two might have. She may not be Alice but someone else entirely. She comes across a mouse, whom she asks for help. The mouse chides Alice for not paying attention, which causes all of the animals to scatter in fear. The rabbit interrupts her train of thought by calling for his fan. Alice's giant arm prevents the door from opening. The pigeon has mistaken Ally for a serpent, wondering aloud why a cat would grin at all. Upon finishing, she flings the baby at Alice. The Cheshire Cat arbitrarily suggests she visit the Mad Hatter. Upon discovering that the house is larger than she is. Question 32, 34, 35, 39, 40. Steve Jobs used analogy to get people to embrace the new technology. What Jobs understood was that the physical office was fundamentally similar to a virtual office. Our limbic brains made sure that our feet and legs reacted as needed by either ceasing motion, running away, or kicking at a potential threat. In fact, these age-old reactions are still so hardwired in us that when we are presented with something dangerous or even disagreeable, our feet and legs still react as they did in prehistoric times. How damage to particular parts of the brain known to be responsible for particular cognitive functions impacts on decision-making, which can help a surgeon isolate specific regions of the brain. It is apparent that we need constant input from our senses to carry out functions that give us personality and intellect. It is a way of depriving governments of the power to expand the money supply to inflationary levels. This expression is misleading only if we imagine that the value of the gold is somehow transferred to the paper money, when in fact the real point is that the gold simply limits the amount of paper money that can be issued. The pearl. Juana urges Kino to throw it away. Kino saw Juana arise, paused for a moment beside the hanging box where Coyotito lay. He wrenched the pearl from her. See the little waves break over her. It was all right, she had accepted it. Sick disgust took its place. He felt his knife go home. Her face was a dull pain and her side ached. He had said, I am a man. The old man and the sea. His parents made him work on a lucky boat. He helps Santiago by bringing him food, bait, and companionship. He put it against the fish's agony. The old man laid his head on his hands. Instead he lay there and the old man pulled the skiff up to him. The little prince. It bores clear through it with its roots. Just so, with the greatest care. You must see to it that you pull up regularly all the baobabs. Children where you live can see exactly how all this is. Sometimes there is no harm in putting off a piece of work until another day. That for once, I am breaking through my reserve. My friends, like myself, have been skirting this danger for a long time. The lesson which I pass on by this means is worth all the trouble it has cost me. Money and its many meanings. Having a job they love is of extreme importance. The island of Yap had been untouched by modern civilization until the 1800s. You may think that they shouldn't have had their own monetary system. Large thick round stone wheels with a hole cut in the middle in which they could insert a pole to help transport them. What is interesting is that even then rye fell into the sea. The average speed that money circulated increased by 14 times. Money, as the medium of exchange, should be circulated appropriately. If someone asked you whether $25 was a little or a lot of money, what would you say? Money could be used completely differently for people on the other side of the planet. That is possible because the value of money is relative. What is one red paperclip worth? He decided to make use of the red paperclip on his desk and trade it up to a house. So, exchanging their pen for a pretty red paperclip was a win-win situation. All you need to do is try. If MacDonald had not traded away that red paperclip, he would be sitting at this desk, holding a paperclip in his hand, wondering what would happen if he did something with it.